Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my home altar, which has completely been a game changer when it comes to my spiritual practice. And that's why I wanted to share it with you to help you figure out how to set up your own home altar, if that's something that you've been wanting to do or something that you're curious about. And if you've never heard about it, let me tell you, it has been, like I said, super important, super game changer. So I'm gonna invite you into my bedroom, which is where I film all my videos anyway. So you know, um, if you didn't know that, now you know. Maybe I'll film them other places too. I think I filmed one on my porch, but I'm also gonna, besides showing you my altar, I'm gonna also show you ideas for how to set up your own home altar, and also speak to you a little bit about like why set up an altar anyway in the first place. All right, so here we go. I'm going to give you a tour. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see up a little bit closer. It's kind of hard for me to like be in the shot and show you this at the same time. So let me move the camera and you'll be able to see my messy bedroom and one of the reasons why this altar is so important to creating a sacred space in your home. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the reality of setting up an altar. So I'm going to do a shot. Like here's my altar right here. And if you don't have a lot of space, like, let me show you what I'm working with here. Like, I have like my bureau here, I have the TV, like this messy spot. I have like my jewelry box there. I have like my husband's mess and like all of the stuff that he throws around because like he's super messy. And there's my ring light to give me a little light. Here's my bedroom. Like here's what's going on. I'm realizing it actually looks like pretty good. So this altar is right on my table here, like on my bureau. And so I did not start this way. I did not start with like having an altar cloth, like having the candle. I have like chargers here to charge crystals. Like I didn't even have any crystals at all. Hopefully I'm not blocking the shot there. All right, so I didn't have like any crystals at all or anything going on. I started just very, very simply. I just started by using my bureau table. And one of the reasons why I created an altar was, well, one of them was it was a suggestion from someone I know, like a spiritual group that I was in that was kind of woo woo. And I also had started pulling some oracle and tarot cards, and I'm going to show you where I store them. I store them in like there's like a little box next to this. And so I just added pieces as I went along. All right, so here we have a little bit of a better shot here. I wanted to get more of a close up. So when I first started with my altar, I just started with having a candle. It wasn't this very candle. I've gone through many a candle. And I went, to like my local metaphysical shop, and I think I got some white sage to be able to like clear the energy. And I think I'm going to do some videos about how to clear energy, like charge your crystals, things like that. I want to show you how-tos of just everything I've learned along the way because I'm a Sagittarius, sun and rising sign. So I've probably tried like most spiritual practices, gone to like a million places. I read everything spiritual and definitely about astrology and tarot, which I know are like pretty hot now and are my passions now. But you know what? I'm thinking like even like with the candle and the sage and stuff, I don't think I even started with those. I think I started with just really just the candle. Just the candle. I don't know if I'm like conflicting myself, but just the candle, and I would just like pull tarot cards, you know, like for the day and pull oracle cards. And I think I even started with oracle cards. So basically, like the thing about starting a home altar is like you just start with like pieces, one at a time that make you feel good, that you connect to, that really make you feel like good. And so I'm going to get into more about like why you would create an altar like at the end of this video and more of my story. But let me just show you some of the pieces I have, and then I'll finish with the rest later. So I've got my candle going on here. I have some crystals. This right here is a selenite charger, so it charges the crystals for me. And that was a gift from my husband. Interesting story. He was totally terrified of tarot cards, was like totally against me having them in the house because he had like a bad experience in high school with like someone playing a prank on him and pulling tarot cards. But he's come to accept it. So a lot of these were gifts from him to me, which was, I thought, pretty cool. So he gave me this like selenite charger. I got this white sage from my local metaphysical store. And this is just like a dish that we had, you know, we have a bunch of these dishes for like dips and different things that we had gotten like from my husband's parents. So I just use this as a way like to store the sage. Gets a little messy here. I probably have some ashes all over up in here. Okay. And you can, you know, I think like bringing in a lot of anything that you think is beautiful from nature. So crystals are part of nature. You know, like this shell is part of nature. And I also have like, this is another charger. This is made out of wood. And I really love this because it has all the different moon phases. So I tend to like, I turn it around now based on the moon phases as I'm learning more about the moon and astrology. Right now I'm studying Hellenistic astrology. I really love it. So like, so I would turn it around. Like right now the moon is like a waning, I believe it's a waning crescent, like a balsamic moon right now in, I believe it's like Capricorn or Aquarius right now. So I would like, so I tend to like turn it around to that moon phase. And then I put my sage on top. I put, you know, my crystals here, and it's like whatever I feel like putting here, I put here, and whatever makes me feel good, whatever I think is pretty and really nice. And then, like I said, I didn't have this altar cloth before, so my husband had gotten this for me, and this has like the tree of life on it, the Kabbalah, and I don't, this was a gift, and I don't completely like know what these symbol means. I have a basic understanding that the tree of life is like similar to like knowing about the chakras, like the 7 chakras, or sometimes people say there's more depending on what system you use, but you know, it goes from like the top of the head to the bottom, like spirit to the body, uniting like heaven and earth, like that kind of concept. And then, like I said, like I used to actually just, I think like put like boxes of tarot cards and oracle cards here. And eventually I actually got a place to store it. So this is just my jewelry box. Like I put a little rose quartz on there, and this is just like my makeup, my jewelry, perfume there. But this is the box. I think I just ordered this on Amazon, and if I find these things, I'll put some links here to Amazon in the description box below. Like this I got on Amazon, so I can definitely like hit you up with a link here because I love this box for storing my cards. Here's my oracle cards, some tarot cards. I can't fit every single like tarot and oracle deck I have. I have like a big box to fit most of them, but whatever cards I'm feeling called like to connect to or work with, I put in these boxes here, and I pull them in the morning, and I'm thinking I can do some videos just to show you my daily practice of how I pull the cards. So stay tuned to those. I release videos every week if you guys are new to my channel. And I release them every Friday at noon, but you know, I might release more if I end up making more content. We'll see how it goes. I got 3 kids. It's busy. They're homeschooling. I'm losing my mind. So, you know, just kidding. I lose my mind all of the time. And that's why I need this daily spiritual practice. So I'm going to show you a few more items that you can add to your altar that I haven't personally added, but I've seen people do that. And then I'm going to tell you more of my story about like why I think like having an altar is so important in your home. All right, so I added some items here. I'm really liking this. This actually looks really pretty. It's pretty cool. So these are items that I have in my home, but you know, I don't necessarily use. So the first thing here is a singing bowl that I have, and you know, I know a lot of people have them. Maybe I'll do a video on that and like how to use them like in your meditation. But this is really cool. I got the Tibetan monks came to visit when I was working at Princeton University, and I was pregnant with my daughter, and one of the monks blessed it for me while she was in my room. So this really holds a special place in my heart. Right here, like some people put pictures of ancestors on their altar. So people who have passed, who like loved ones, you know, on the other side, to just keep them as remembrance that they're still there with you, guiding you, connecting with you. So I love this picture. This is my mother-in-law here, who passed a few years ago, and this is like one of the few photos we have of her laughing. Now, she laughed all the time. She had a great sense of humor, but if you took a picture of her, she was like very serious. And so we finally got her laughing. We took this like sneak attack photo. I started laughing, and I just love this photo. So I haven't kept, we actually have it like on just the bureau here. My husband had taken it out, but this is something that would be great to keep on your altar, just as a reminder that your loved ones are with you. One of the things actually I did put on my altar, like to begin with, was money, because I was doing like a money abundance practice. I don't really know how I feel about it now, but I have found money and have put it on my altar just in gratitude that, or like I found it, or I had money come to me unexpectedly, and I've put it on my altar as a thank you to Spirit and the universe for providing for me. And so the next thing is you can add flowers to your altar. Like I said, things from nature, like, and from the 4 elements, are things you want to put in. I don't have any Florida water or any water here or holy water, but sometimes people do add water, like in a bottle or in like a vessel. So like you could probably take this like container, like, or something like this, a glass container, and like add holy water to it and use that as part of your practice. And then we have the Buddha here, which I love, who's like covered in children, or they might be monks. I can't really tell. But this has also been in my husband's family for, years and years. And I loved it so much. And so I kept it. I was really feeling it. And so this is the Buddha. So any like religious figures or symbols or statues or deities or gods or goddesses that you want to honor or pray to, you can put them right here. A lot of people put a mix, because like it's all about mixing it up and doing what feels really good for you. And then this is just a cool item that I'm not going to get to keep forever, so I just wanted to actually just show it to you. Like I said, I'm studying traditional, like, ancient astrology and how to read birth charts. And a friend of mine, her boyfriend, had this. It's called an astrolabe, and this is how people used to calculate charts. They used to like track the planets and do mathematical calculations to be able to chart your birth chart. I thought this was super cool. So they actually gave it to me to see if I could figure out how to use it, and I still have no idea. I'm gonna have to research this. So I may or may not be able to do a video on this, just because like I don't know how long they're gonna let me keep it for, and it's like kind of complicated. So I'll see if I can figure it out. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my little tour of my altar and have some ideas. And so basically, I just want to say, do whatever feels good to you when setting up your altar, things that you really treasure, value, and love, because the purpose of an altar is to be able to connect with that really sacred space within you that can't be touched by anything else, your soul, your spirit. And that's one of the things that really that is why it changed the game, because I didn't think I needed an altar. Like when I was in like that spiritual group and they were saying to set up an altar, I was like, I don't need to set up an altar. I pray all the time. I get messages all the time. I had my oracle cards, and I meditate in bed. Like I can go outside. Like there are all these like reasons why I didn't think I needed it. But once I actually set up the space and had a regular space set up, I don't know, it just like changed me in that. Just being able to look at something beautiful and valuable and have like an altar or a temple in my home, like honoring the universe, honoring spirit. Just being able to see it was helpful, because every time I look at it, like it's in my bedroom, I can see it all the time. And it was just a reminder to me that no matter how bad things were, and how bad things are going on, especially with this past year. And actually, I personally had really hard times years before. I had a very bad, in astrology, if you know what a Saturn square is, it was really bad. But then there was that Jupiter Pluto, like was Saturn conjunction that was part of that square, and it was like my life was like hell for a couple of years, and that's why I got into astrology. I'm going to talk about astrology more on my channel when I like feel like I'm more confident about teaching you guys. But it was really like hell. But being able to just have this space and look at it and see the beauty, it just reminded me that there was a part of myself that was untouched, that was beautiful, that no one else can touch, and that it was just a space for me. And that, you know, this is just a visual representation of the sacred space in me, which some people look at as like your consciousness or your soul or the chi or the chakra, that part of you. Like the personality that I am is like not really me, but that's going into all of like my spiritual beliefs, but just having a space in your home. And it's also a reminder that spirituality and God or goddess, like spirit, universe, like all of those things are how, like whatever term you say, I feel like there's a million terms. Like that's why I do like that term. Like it's just I am, the I am presence. Like I just am, because it's like there's no word to really be able to describe like I don't know, your soul, your connection with the creator, like your soul, the connection, like it's just like I can't even, I could go on for probably like 20 more minutes like trying to explain it to you. But if you're figuring out how to set up an altar, you're probably a spiritual person, so you know what I mean. But yeah, just having a visual reminder and visual representation was important. And it's kind of like the whole thing of, you know, some people like to get flowers, some people think they're a waste of time, but, you know, like I think getting flowers is important. It's not important, but it's one of those things that is valuable, because being able to see beauty visually and see things that you connect with visually can make a really it's like it shows the beauty of life, that there's still beauty in life, and that to take the time to just enjoy the beauty around you. So if you haven't set up an altar space or a sacred space, I recommend it. Also, the other point was, you know, it's also a reminder that you don't have to go to a church or a temple or, you know, like even have a specific practice all the time to be able to connect with your creator and your higher self and the universe. Like it's something that's always there and always present, and every part of life is spiritual. And that's why I did start getting into tarot and astrology and crystals, because like, well, I don't know why I threw crystals in there, but like earthy type stuff, because it was the only spirituality I've found so far that really honors all of the parts of life as being part of your spiritual journey. That like the nasty, grimy, like parts that you're embarrassed or ashamed of are actually part of the spiritual journey, and they're really important. And, you know, for me, I found that really healing. I found it really empowering. And so this has been one of the most empowering things I have been able to do, because this space is mine. I've got 3 kids, I've got my husband, and like he has his stuff over here and it keeps creeping over to my side. Like it keeps creeping, and I will like push it back. You can't touch my space. If you want to use things like on my altar, or if people want to use it, like sometimes my children will pull oracle cards, which I think would be like a kind of nice video, like how to incorporate it with kids. I just ordered a children's tarot deck for them. But anyway, sometimes I will let them pull cards, or I definitely let them play with crystals. I feel like the children's energy like cleanses my crystals, you know, because kids are just naturally spiritual. You know, so sometimes I do that, but they have to ask for permission. Anybody messes with my altar, like they're gonna hear it from me, let me tell you. And just some last tips if like it wasn't clear like what you should be adding to your altar. So number one, you can add whatever you want. It's your space. Like nobody's messing with it. It is yours. It is sacred. Don't let people put their stuff on it. Don't let people mess it up. Like, no. It's yours, it's sacred, it should be respected, valued, and cherished, just like you should be. So you can add any sacred items that are special to you. The recommendation when doing this, since this is a practice that also grounds you, I am so up in my head all the time, it's actually hard for me to get grounded and like see what's going on right in front of my face. So you want to bring in like things from the 4 elements of earth. So any like that's like fire, water, like things that are earth, like the crystals are basically rocks. You know, you could bring dirt from outside even, or wood. Like wood is a big one, and air. So like sage is actually considered air because like smoke comes up, or you could put incense or things. And also, like, you know, I have like the sunlight coming in, just having the sunlight come in and shine like on your altar, like putting it near a window, or you could add like plants, like I said, flowers, but anything basically from that, like from the four elements that you want to add to your altar. So I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing my altar. Let me know what else you want to learn, because like I said, I am like a lifelong student of spirituality, and I could basically like go on and on and on about things to teach you. So anything you want to know, I'm your girl. All right, guys, love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.